Hi, I'm back. I have another video. This is kind of my point of view stuff. Um, God doesn't send people in your life to confuse you. So if someone has come into your life and everybody comes with their best foot forward. So at first you might not realize who they really are, but if after a while, once you're totally into that friendship, whatever it may be, and then confusion starts to come in and you have doubt, and you know that's kind of like the warning. It's not from God doesn't ever intend to confuse us. It's kind of just like a warning sign. And you could tell by the things people do. you know People start acting not right, so you'll know that this isn't from God. You should let it go. you know Always test everybody so you could see if if it's from God. It's going to feel peaceful. It's not going to feel like a constant tug of war, a constant confusion. It's just not. God doesn't do that to us. I also wanted to say, because I've been thinking about this for the last few days now, you know a lot of people like to stay in their comfort zones. They don't like to make changes or you know do anything that makes them feel very uncomfortable. But going out of your comfort zone, uh, it kind of creates change in you. It helps you to grow, even if you don't realize it. I know that when I was going through hardships, or that was the time in my life that I made the most greatest changes in my life and made my life better. you know um, so, and you can see that with people who do art and people who do like poetry. They'll say the best work they've done is when they were going through some type of hardship. So I don't necessarily say that, I know hardships suck and we all have to go through them at times and we don't want to go through them. But I'm going to say that they kind of push you to do greater things. Some people will choose to, go to school, when they lose their job, and, just all kinds of different things that better their life. And I know a lot of people hate change, and but sometimes change is uncomfortable, but it leads to something greater. So all I could say is don't fear change. And when I always feel like when I have a hardship, I feel like it's like, you know, once the storm goes by, then it's something better after. So, it's kind of like that when you're going through the storm. The storm isn't going to last forever, and then the sun will come out and be a better day. It's kind of like that in life. So I wouldn't stay focused on your hardships. See, for me, I kind of like, I think about it and I decide, and some people take a long time to get over things, and I understand, but you're kind of like, you're not moving at all at that point until you get over that thing. But while you're there trying to get over it, it's good to try, figure out what will make your situation better, and and grow from it, and not feel like fearful of change or growth, or fearing anything really. I mean, because nothing stays the same ever, and we all have choices to choose how we're going to react to things that happen to us, and decide how we're going to let it affect us. So, you know, you can let things affect you to a way that'll like ruin your life or change your life or make your life better. It's a mindset. Yeah. I think everything in life is a mindset thing. Um, you know, you could be going through something, and nobody will know about it only unless you show it, or you say it to another person, because it's really just something. It's kind of things that are going on in your mind. It's a mindset. um, so everybody else has their own little wars going on in their mind, or thoughts, or and I wouldn't take some people personally because they're bitter or they're upset about their life. Doesn't really, it's their mindset, you know. And I'm gonna say, guard your peace, because being bitter and angry and upset, and it really affects your health. It's not a good mindset to have. And like I said, you want true peace. You gotta go through Jesus Christ to go to God. I don't think there's any true peace without God. Yeah, and this is my point of view. But like I said, read your Bible, pray, and ask God for yourself. Make that relationship for yourself. I don't need to be part of that relationship, or be the third party here, like trying to help you out. You should go on your own. Yeah. Anyways, God bless. Have a good day.